Hello, friends. This is Faith and her crafty ideas. I've decided to try to start a YouTube blog or vlog, whichever one you want to call it. And I want to welcome you to my craft room. I have all my stamping stuff over there, and up there is my cross-stitching, some of my cross-stitching. I don't know if you can see it or not, but back here is my sewing machine. And so this is where I do all my crafting. So I wanted to invite you into my craft room and share with you some of my crafting ideas, things that I love to work on. But before I get into that, I wanted to share with you a little bit about myself. My name is Faith Slagle, and it's going on that we have lived here in Hydro, Oklahoma now for 4 years. Previously to that, we lived in Kentucky. I was born in Texas and lived in Kentucky all of my life up till these past 4 years. My husband, after we were married, we lived there for 30-some years, both teaching school. I taught grades 1 through 3 and then ended up teaching preschool for the last 19 years, which I thoroughly loved. The littles are my favorite ones. And my husband taught grades 6 through 8, science, and taught some social studies. So once we both retired, we moved back out here to the home place, and this is where our retirement is. Besides retirement, we're not really retired. We both keep very busy doing other things. I work in a mission store, and help do a lot of things at the church, and just busy doing lots of things. And my husband's also busy. He helps his one brother especially on his farm, so in the wheat harvest, so he keeps busy also. So we're both busy. We don't just sit around, that's one thing for sure. Anyways, the whole idea is just to share with you some things that I like to do in my craft room. And the first thing I'm going to share with you is something that I do that's just for me. I don't sell them. I don't do them for anybody else but for me. And that is my cross-stitching. Now, I'm not like some of these but I love to watch them, that do their floss tubes on YouTube. If you don't watch them, you need to go on and just find floss tube and just watch them. They are just amazing. I have a bunch that I just love to watch, and they bring out a basket full of pieces that this is what I'm working on, and this is what I'm going to work on, and this is future projects that I'm going to work on, and all this. I just love to watch them and think, oh, wouldn't that be just awesome? But that's not me. I'm much slower than that, but I have goals. Yes, I do. And I have pieces, and I have projects out there, but I just do what I can do, and I just enjoy doing what I'm doing. But I do have a little bit of a goal. On Facebook, there is a page called WIPGO, W-I-P-G-O. The W-I-P means work in progress, and I go there, and I'm on that page, and it's like a bingo page. Each starting in January, we filled out our page of projects that we wanted to work on, and it was up to us if we wanted to put in how many days or how many minutes or what we wanted to do. And so we work on that project, whatever our goal was. And then the ones that are blacked out, those are, like this one says January. So now I can't work on this square anymore because it's blacked out. And these up here, whatever the month is underneath them, this one's April and this one's February, I can't work on them anymore. So each month we put our goals in. I try to put mine in before I need to set my next month's goals pretty soon, because she'll bring out the next 2 numbers here pretty quick. So I need to get my July goals set up pretty quick. But this keeps me kind of in my rotation, and then I try to add 1 new project in each month. That's what I try to do. So that kind of helps me set some goals. But the two projects that have worked on in this month, and I'll try to show you maybe 2 projects each month. But this is one of them that I've worked on, and you can tell what that is. There's my tire on my John Deere tractor. That has been a lot of fun to work on, to watch the progress of the tire going down. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a joy to watch it go down. Once I get over to this point, get all of this side done, then I'll do this side. It's kind of how I like to do things, in sections. So that's my John Deere tractor, and that's was designed by Stony Creek. And then this one is a lady that I watch, and she designs these. And this one here is one, it's called the Topographical Temperature Chart. And as you see, all my temperatures now, I'm down here on the month of June. And today I'll start working on this one. And I've got my J, and I'll probably get my U and my N in. And you'll see some definite changes because our temperatures went up into the 90s, and I think we even hit 100 one day. So you'll see some definite changes in there in my letters. But this has been fun too, to watch the color changes as it goes. But you'll see some of that. You'll see some changes in that one. But then, here is mine from last year, and I don't have it framed yet, but I do have a frame for it, so hopefully I'll get it fully finished in a week, within a week or so here, get it in a frame. But this is one that I did. Let me scoot myself over a little bit. This was mine from last year, my temperature chart. Each row, down here you'll see it, J for January, February, March. Each column is a month, and each square is a day. And each one of the days, the top part was the high and the bottom part was the low. And over here was my temperature guide. So you can see what it is. Like this one here, whenever you see that color, it was 60 degrees or higher. And this one, it was 64 degrees or higher. So I'm going to try to get that one framed. When I get it framed, I'll bring it back and show it to you. And then it will be an FFO, a fully finished object. There's you another term you've learned. So those are things that I like to do that's just for me. The next thing I want to show you is something that really is my first love. Is my card making. I love to do them and share them. That's something I don't keep for myself. I share them with everybody else. Who doesn't like to receive a card? You know you do. Admit it. Because I know I do. I like to receive mail all the time. So I like to make my cards, and I like to send them out to other people. And I try to send out at least 3 cards every day. 3 cards every day. And these are my little peeps that I send them out to. If you can see my long list. So they don't get one maybe every month, but I try to send them out, and I try to keep track of when I send one out, so I keep going down through my rotation, and I try to send them out. Here's one of my cards that I just recently made. Happy birthday to a stand-up friend. And this one is happy anniversary. Now these are hot off of the press. Nobody has seen these. You're my first. Here's a very simple card. Happiness. Sometimes simple is the best way to go, I have found. And then this one here is kind of out of season, but I kept it out here because I want to use the stamp, the flower. I want to use it on another card that I'm trying to create. I've been working on it for 2 days. Sometimes the cards just kind of slow to come. But I think I've got it figured out. I want to use this flower on it. So I send out my cards, and that's something that I've loved to do. Now, if you're interested in any of my cards, I will try to show a couple of cards each time. But if you're interested in any of my cards, you can email me at slagelfaith, SLAGELLFAITH, one word, at yahoo.com, and I can give you more information. Or you can just go to Facebook and go to Cards by Faith, and you can find out all the information you want about them. Check them out. I'd love to put you in contact with my cards. I'm not in competition with Hallmark, by no means. Okay? But those are my cards, and right now I'm trying to reorganize my cards, but if my cards were they were organized, but I'm trying to get them all together so that I went into Hobby Lobby and got me some of these little boxes. They're so cute. And like this one is Thinking of You. So I know if anybody wants a Thinking of You card, I can go here and numbers 1 through, I don't know what, 37 or 40 or something. I know that all my Thinking of You cards are right in this box. Instead of kind of spread out. Before, when I made them, I just kept adding them to the back of the box. So one Thinking of You card could be number 1, and one Thinking of You card could be number 84, and so forth. So I've got them all together. And my Christmas ones are all in this box. Isn't that a cute box? Cute. I love my boxes. And they make my shelf look so much cuter too. They just add a touch of cuteness to everything. So that's what I've been working on. So once I get that done, I'm going to not necessarily retake, but I'm going to reorganize all my pictures on my Facebook album pages. So you might see some changes there. But that's okay. If you need anything, I can still help you find them. Whatever you want. Okay? So just let me know if you want anything. I can help you. Now, let's see. Is there anything else on my cards that I wanted to share with you? I don't know. I don't think so. Now, let's talk about my sewing. I am not a seamstress. In fact, I don't even know if I'd call myself a good sewer. Home ec, as far as the sewing part in home ec, was not one of my favorite things to do. I really did not like it. Cooking was fine. Sewing, no. But I got to a point in my life when I thought, I need to learn to do some basic sewing. My mother will not be around the rest of my life, and she's not. I need to learn to mend, hem possibly. Just do some basic things. So we were traveling, and we went to a Goodwill store, and I found a sewing machine. I said, It ran. When I plugged it in and it pushed the pedal, it ran. So I got it for $10. Did a little bit of basic work on it, and it worked. So I learned how to sew some basic things. That's where I started, and I kind of fell in love with sewing. So I've kind of kept it up. And there again, I've kind of fallen in love with it. So I'm a woman that has a list. So at the beginning of each month or whenever I finish it, I have a list here of things that I try to do. And I've set goals for myself like a project bag. I'll show you my project bags one of my times. Frame one of my pictures. That's what I've got to do with that one picture. A book. I'll show you my book here in just in a minute. One square. We're going to talk about that. One row. I'll show you that one time. And prepare a picture. We'll do that again. So I'll check these off as I show them to you. So, okay. So one of my projects which is the book. I'll show that to you right now. This is one of the things that I like to do. I like to make a soft book. These are one of the things that I like to do, and I like to put them in baby gifts. This one here is called The First Christmas. So these, now I'm pretty good at these. I'll kind of brag on myself on these. And I like to put these in all my baby gift bags. So that there's one thing I do like to do. So let me find my white pen. I can put a check mark by that one. See there? I showed you that one. Okay. The new one, I'm making a new book, Little Light. That's my new one. So I'm going to get that one made. That's my next book. But I can do the books. I'm a success of that. Now, one square. This one's got a story behind it. My sister-in-law, she joined this group where you make a quilt. You get one part of the quilt each month. She didn't do it. And she can do it. She's what I would call a good sewer, seamstress, very good. She just didn't do it. She didn't take the time to do it. She was busy. So she loaded them up and gave them to me and said, here, you can do it. It's like, yeah, right, I can do it. Sure I can. Sure I can. I've never done a quilt top in my life. Here's what the first month looks like. There's the directions inside. There's some directions on the back that I'm sure will help me. There's what the first month is going to be. There's enough to make 4 of these squares. By the 4th one, I may have it figured out. It is the squares up there, over, down, and over. Those 4 squares is what I'm going to be making. Say a prayer. We'll see how it turns out. We'll just check it all out. And we'll see. But I am determined. I'm going to try. I have a friend that does all my quilt tops for me. So I'll yell at her if I really get stuck. But we'll see how it comes out. But we'll see what happens. But anyways, that's my first video to show you a few of my crafts. And probably in 2 weeks I'll come back and I'll show you another part of my crafty little life that I do. But before I go, not only do I do crafts, I wanted to show you another side of me. That would be my spiritual life. Jesus is a very, very important part of my life. And so I wanted to share one thing to you. I wanted to read you just a small paragraph. And I want to do this each time. It's from a book that a sweet dear friend of mine gave to me that I read out of. It's called 365 Days of Prayer. So I just wanted to pick the one that goes for today, June 21. It's called Nothing to Condemn. Merciful, forgiving God, help me to let go of my guilt and lay it at your feet. You forgave me long ago. It was easy for you, but Lord, I hated what I've done. I'm afraid if I forgive myself, I am excusing myself, and there is no excuse. Lord, help me to know the difference between conviction and condemnation. Guilt and shame are not part of your plan for me. Help me let go of my old self and to look back on my sins as if they were committed by someone else, because according to you, they were. In Christ I am new. There is nothing to condemn. And the question for today is, how do you know the difference between conviction and condemnation? So that's all for today. Thank you for joining me, and you have a wonderful day all day long. And I'll see you in about 2 weeks. Thank you.